Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Mark Milliton. Thank you so much for joining me on this channel. I've been wanting to do this for years now, and I'm finally at a point in my career where I can actually focus some time and energy on doing this. Really, the main goal of this channel is to really help share the information, skills, and tactics that I've acquired over the last 13, 14, 15 years of working in direct response marketing, primarily working with direct consumer e-commerce brands. So I wanted to start off this first episode with getting you to understand a little bit more about me, my background, where I've come from, and what I've done up until this point. So I actually started my first e-commerce business back in college. And even prior to starting my own business in college, I was actually like working for brands. I was building websites. I was learning how to run basic ads for everywhere from B2B brands to B2C clothing brands. This was like back in 2007 and 2008. I got in all this because I was actually working in experiential marketing and entertainment production. I was one of those guys that would be setting up the staging and the truss structures and the rigging, the audio, and the lighting for all of these types of live events. I originally thought that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to work in entertainment production. I wanted to put on big events. I wanted to work with celebrities and big recording artists. And I thought it was really exciting and a lot of fun and this and that. And after doing that for a little while, I started building more skills, building it up. But I also started becoming extremely passionate about the event marketing side of things that I was doing. And through that, I actually started getting into the digital side of things as well. So started dabbling, building websites at an early age back in college. And through this whole experience, I started realizing there was a massive opportunity to start selling wine on the internet of all things. I started my own e-commerce wine business. I put together a proposal. I found an investor partner and we went full force with it and started working on that back in 2009, and 2010 finally went live. At that time, it was a startup business. So I'm actually working as a producer for event production and entertainment production companies during the day, and then moonlighting my wine business at night, saving money, living with my folks, literally putting every additional dollar I had back into this business. And I'm just going to be straight and downright honest. And that is that I did not know jack crap about anything. I was learning off the seat of my pants. I knew a little bit about web design and building websites, but very, very little. And this was prior to the Shopify era that didn't come until a few years later. So I was really spending all my free time working on the business. The evenings, the mornings, the weekends, it wasn't something that I could fully commit to yet. I needed that day job to help pay for inventory. And boy, can I tell you, it was super hard. It was really, really difficult. A lot of tireless nights, long weekends. I would be packing orders in the mornings, then dropping them off at FedEx and UPS. And in the evenings, I'd be working on website changes, launching ads, email marketing. Then on the weekends, I'd be doing events. We would be doing tasting events at private residences. We'd be doing winemaker dinners. We were literally doing everything we could to try to make a dollar. And did that for a few years while I was working as a producer. At the same time, I started taking a lot of these skills that I was learning in the digital space and actually applying it to my career. And there's a massive opportunity back in the to really work for ad agencies, and because they needed people that had digital experience building websites, apps, running digital programs. And I had a lot of that with my wine business and was able to transfer over into that. And through that whole experience, I actually came on board with two of my good friends to actually start and launch a advertising agency called Stealth Venture Labs, and was at Stealth for a little while. But during that time, at this point, it was in 2015. I'd been working for advertising agencies for about 5 years now. And anyone that works in the ad field understands you're going to hit burnout at one level or another. I was burned out. I was working, 12 to 14 hours a day, sending client reports at midnight. Hell, I learned a lot. I'm really proud of all the work and the team that we had at Stealth, and still a great team to this day. Still keep in touch with everyone that I worked with at that point, but I was completely burned out and I had to do something else. And at one point, I was also burned out with my wine business. I had been doing it for 4 or 5 years at this point, 2010, 2015, and I literally, was just at a crossroads where I finally realized like we didn't have good product market fit. We were trying to sell wine, which has low margin. It has high barriers to entry into markets. You have to get literally a different permit to sell wine in each state, plus your permits in your local state. So heavy compliance, low margin, extremely expensive and difficult to ship. You need special permits to be able to ship through FedEx, UPS, and DHL. At this point, I was just straight up burned out. I had spent tens of thousands of dollars of my own money on with my partner's money trying to fuel this business. It was really, really difficult and I wasn't really motivated and I needed a reset. So at that time, I actually shut down the wine business and left my job at Stealth, and I started doing some consulting. At this point, I had 5-6 years of experience working in advertising, worked on some incredible projects, doing everything from paid search, paid social, development on apps, on websites, really focusing on the Shopify ecosystem. And that's when I actually launched my agency, which was originally called Davos Digital. And then we migrated it over to Breadloaf. And that was back in 2015, 2016. It's been great. We have an incredible team across the world. Most of our team is in the US, and then we also have a European office located just outside of Kiev, Ukraine. And couldn't be more happy with the whole team that we have and what we've built and who we service. We primarily work with direct consumer brands that are in the Shopify ecosystem that are doing anywhere from $1 million to 35, 40 million a year. I would say around 85% of what we do is strictly retention, email, SMS, and app push. And we do everything from building the strategy and doing the planning, campaign planning, and the automation flow design and build outs to the copywriting, the design, campaign implementation, QA testing, the management along the way, and the reporting and the analytics. That's our whole system. And we're generating usually around anywhere from 30 to 65% of our clients' revenue back to direct attribution. We're partners with Shopify and Shopify Plus, Klaviyo, Postscript, Attentive, Just Uno, Tapcart, and many others. It's been a great process. And then through this experience, we've really realized that there's a lot of other people that we want to work with that we haven't been able to work with. We've got an incredible partnership with Shopify that's allowed us to speak at several events in person and virtual since COVID started. Through this experience, we've had a lot of people reach out to us. So we actually launched a coaching vertical within Breadloaf called Brand Marketer. That's where we have a select group of brands that work with me personally on a weekly basis. It's something that I've become super passionate about and have a lot of fun with. And recently, we actually launched another partnership called Web3 Brands, where we're actually working with direct consumer brands that are looking to launch themselves into Web3 into the future. It's essentially an accelerator program. Select brands work with me and my partners to help them launch their first NFT projects, leveraging this new technology that's in the market. I'm super passionate about being able to help these brand owners and these founders and these teams scale. We have an incredible time doing it. This is the first episode of this channel. And my goal of this channel is really to give you guys the right information, help scale your business. 2021 was an extremely difficult year for everyone in e-commerce. If you own a brand, if you work for a brand, you know what I'm talking about. We got slapped with iOS 14 and 15 that affected all of the channels that we work with on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. We also, hit a time and a crux where a lot of things were evolving. There's a lot of competition online, and things are not what they used to be. We used to be able to run ads, very, very easily online for very, very cheap and make a lot of products work that, and a lot of brands work that frankly shouldn't have worked. And that's just not where the market is. That's just not where things are now. So my goal of this podcast and this channel are really to give you the right information that you need to help grow your business. And I'm going to be straightforward. I'm going to be blunt, not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to try to give it to you like it is. I'm going to share with you the real world results from what we're getting from internal brands that we own, and then also our clients directly. So we have access to a lot of information and a lot of data on what's working across retention and acquisition. Our goal is to really share that here. It's all for free. I have nothing to sell you. I don't have a course. I have a program and I have an agency, and then I do private consulting. That's it. I don't have some shitty course to sell you. I just don't do that. So if I ever do have a course, it'll probably be for free because that's something I just want to give. And that's our goal. So I hope you enjoy it. We're probably going to bring some experts onto the channel that I work with. Honestly, like, just to be candid with you, like, this is actually really difficult for me to do. I love speaking in public, but to be here at my office in front of a camera by myself is very difficult. And I've struggled with this for a while. I finally had the courage to get this going, and I hope you enjoy it because I feel like I have a lot to offer the world, and all the events that I've spoken at, people have had incredible feedback. Our clients love us. We put in a lot of hard work. Our team is incredible. So I hope you enjoy this channel and look forward to more incredible content moving forward. See you later. Bye.